Arthur Clarke's story, 2001: A Space Odyssey, is a science fiction thriller that contains 3 separate stories all surrounding one common element: monoliths. These monoliths were created by aliens to watch over and aid humans on their journey through evolution, teaching the most primitive forms of humans how to use tools, to eventually teaching humans how to become immortal. Scientists had tracked down one of these monoliths to Jupiter's orbit and sent a team of scientists to go out and scout the foreign object. This is the main part of the story, which focuses on 2 scientists, David and Frank, alongside their robotic companion Hal. About halfway along their journey, Hal reports that in 72 hours, the communications antenna will fail. After discovering that there's nothing wrong with the antenna, David and Frank believe Hal is malfunctioning and should be shut down for the rest of the trip. Hal, somehow possessing human emotions, feels threatened by this. In an attempt to save himself and his reputation for being the perfect machine, he kills all the scientists on the ship and throws David into the void of space. Frank, being the only survivor, has no choice but to avenge his friends by permanently erasing Hal's memories and shutting him down for good. The novel is a story of the human struggle, progress. In a never-ending quest to answer questions, it would seem easiest to say someone else did it, which is exactly what Arthur Clarke was trying to do. But in every sub-story, the book has its own little adversity that it gives us. The man-apes in the beginning couldn't defend themselves, which meant no food, and if a predator saw them, they were goners. The second story's main adversity is the fear of the unknown, which already terrifies millions, but to have evidence of it adds a whole new layer of fright. The third story is of both betrayal and the fear of death. Hal believed his colleagues would screw up the mission, and the only way he could fix it was by killing them. Hal also seems to truly believe that he is alive and has feelings, which makes David trying to shut him off all the more difficult to read, as Hal slowly becomes more and more panicked as David turns off each of his major functions one at a time.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid, Dave.
I feel like this book is both an entertaining read and one that makes people ask the hard questions. Like, what happens when we die? And if there's alien life out there? Sure, I'm a little biased because I'm a geek, but I think this book teaches people how to see life through a different perspective, and how to have a new understanding of what we are and what we could be.